Mm. God damn, Jimmy. This some serious gourmet shit. Me and Vincent would have been satisfied with some freeze-dried Taster's Choice, right? And he springs this serious gourmet shit on us. What flavor is this?
Knock it off, Julie.
What?
I don't need you to tell me how fucking good my coffee is, okay? I'm the one who buys it.
I'm just right now running through what the world is gonna change into, where I'm gonna be transported, where the colors are brighter, the music sounds better, everything's sharper, and on the other hand, the anxious, nervous energy I don't look forward to. I still love the smell of coffee. I still love the whole ritual behind it. I used to, get to order the special beans and grind them fresh in the morning, put them in the French press, get the water the right temperature, and oh, that first sip when it hits your lips, so good. So a little bit about why I stopped drinking coffee over a year and a half ago in the first place. And even before I started drinking coffee, I remember being a little bro in the gym and pounding old school NO Explode, which was a potent pre-workout with a lot of caffeine. I remember going from 2 scoops to 3 scoops, and I was literally, they shouldn't have allowed me to drive on that. Really. I was in an altered state. It was almost like being on methamphetamines. That's how strong it felt. But I became dependent on it, and I needed it to work out, or at least get an optimal workout that I was used to. I remember quitting that, and that was one of the first experiences I had where I kind of saw the dark side of performance enhancing supplements, primarily are in particular stimulants. So coffee I felt was more, more natural, more culturally acceptable. It was a social thing. Like, I used to meet people, it's like, for the first time, what do you want to do? Let's find a good coffee place around here. That was always the go-to. You're in a new town, where's the good place to get coffee? Oh, I know the best spot. It's kind of like how winos drink, treat wine. It's definitely a social ritual we do, and it's an easy icebreaker that brings people together. Yeah, either sports or coffee, you're gonna talk about one of those, right? Or politics or something. So it is a drug. It's a powerful drug, and it makes you very productive. And in our realm of fitness, health and fitness, it helps a lot. It's a great aid. I think there's things where maybe it doesn't have a positive impact on, like, mobility, balance, coordination, focus. These things where you really need to be centered and not go into that fight or flight. So, breathing is one of them. So it's going to be, these are the things I want to kind of see today when I'm playing around with movements. I was already felt like I was becoming dependent on coffee daily. I would get headaches when I stopped for a day, like migraines. So I would slowly cut down on it, trying to find the minimum dose. And I realized less and less, like, I felt like I was getting anxiety almost when I would have caffeine or too much caffeine. And I already have so much, like, nervous energy that didn't help. So that kind of made me want to cut it out and stop. And that was the original experiment, just seeing how it was and how long I could go without caffeine. And once I started feeling great and didn't need it, then I was kind of scared to go back to caffeine. But we're gonna see how it is today. I'm excited to go back right now. So I'm driving to get some coffee right now. I'd like to say it's like my favorite coffee place in town, something special, but really it's the only place that's open right now this early in the morning on a Sunday. But it is very hipster, and they got some nitro on tap. Very good Yelp reviews also. So I went with the cold brew on nitro. I have butterflies in my stomach right now. I feel like I'm about to do some hard drugs, and I think I am. Here it is. First sip of the nitro cold brew. All right. I feel so guilty and shameful right now. It's probably a good reason why I should drink this, actually. Well, it's good. Tastes like how I remember it. It's like it was just yesterday. And this is probably in my head, but I already feel it kicking in. I feel the caffeine taking over. And I'm not lying. I'm sure it can't happen that fast, maybe it can. But it feels like it's hitting me. Might just be the adrenaline from drinking it. But it's good. Take another sip. Sip number 2. So, I do feel a change. I'd like feel it through my body, feel a little head change difference. Like I said, could just be me psyching myself out. I'm not sure. But it is a very familiar feeling. Something I remember. Hello there, old friend. So I've been sipping on it very slowly. And I do think there's a little adrenaline in the beginning. Right now it's kind of balanced out. I notice a little more awake, clear, sharper in the head. Body feels the same. My body doesn't feel more awake or energized per se. But when I get a quarter through this thing, we'll see how I'm feeling. Something I just noticed is I have been shaking my legs for the past couple minutes. It's something a bad habit I used to do all the time as a kid, and I have stopped, but I'm doing it right now. Coincidence? I don't know. We'll see. About a quarter of the way through or more, and things are starting to buzz. If that makes sense. So I think I'm gonna start testing soon. We'll have to go pee again. So a couple tests done already. Not surprisingly, the tap test done to measure central nervous system is higher than baseline, but beats per minute heart rate is actually the lowest reading I've had. So yeah, that's very interesting. breath holds, I did feel like I got further into it than usual. Inhaling, I feel like I got a little deeper. Got the tingles. Yeah, I got further into the state, definitely, than usual. Got a few insights too, so it's interesting. I'm happy I did that. Good experience. Some changes in diaphragm, relaxation, control. A little more energy. It is taxing to do that. Inhale, exhale. It is fatiguing. So I felt like I was powering through that portion a little more and getting more of that hyperventilation. Yeah, subjectively already, and from the, objectively from the time, an improvement, definitely. So, finished work for the day. I'm leaving, and my experience introducing caffeine and coffee was as expected. Performance on almost everything increased. I did notice recovery time also increased, maybe because I was pushing myself at a higher intensity. Right after I tested everything, I went on a OMU call, and I had way more anxiety talking in front of a camera to people, which was one of the reasons I stopped, really the main reason I stopped drinking coffee in the first place. So that was interesting to see. It was a high dose, and you know, it was much easier to deal with than I remember before. So that's interesting to see that I could maybe get by introducing caffeine and not have panic, really, is what it is. So overall, good experience. I'm feeling still a little elevated and elated now, but normal. Another interesting thing was during the workout, I got super lightheaded about 3-4 times. Like, you know, when you stand up and it like it closes in the blackness, and you have to like grab onto something. That happened to me a few times, which hasn't happened to me before, but used to, now that I think about it. So that's interesting also. All right, cool. Coffee. Mwah. Love you.